everything about creative schools because mostly it's really fun and hands-on, and you get to try new things that you haven't tried before. Creative schools is where the teacher and the creative work together as a team to help us learn better and have more fun in the classroom.
So at the heart of what we're talking about is a conversation about really what the point of school is. For me, it's about creating all-round, confident, capable individuals who love their subjects, and they can do things and choose to do things in a range of different contexts.
The executive functions of your brain are like the operating system of your brain. If the operating system isn't working, no amount of software is going to work upon your laptop. And for a lot of young people, this is their experience in school. They arrive in school, what school does is load software, but a lot of them don't have operating systems which are able to function properly. And therefore they see other people being able to solve these problems, they can't, and they go into a spiral of decline around learning. And what we feel is that the creative activities that we develop with artists and we place in schools to work with young people directly impact on the executive functions. And our research shows clearly that young people are benefiting from our programs and doing better in school.
The days of having one job for 40 years, for 40 hours a week and just doing the same for your whole life, those days are over. If we have an education system that still just focuses on the content that students learn, we will fail to prepare them adequately for this radically changing future.
The thing I liked most about what Form was offering was the opportunity to develop creative skills and also the opportunity to work with creative people to get their energy into the school and hopefully flick the switch for some of our kids.
The idea behind creative schools is that in class we need to nurture the creative skills and learning capacities of children and young people while delivering the curriculum. And it's bringing these two things together. And to do that, teachers need to rethink their practice. And to help them, we place artists in the classroom with them to work over a number of weeks to help them reimagine how to create learning environments in which children and young people thrive.
So it's lovely going into these classrooms with these children who have never experienced stuff like this, and suddenly they're given the opportunity to a whole new way of learning that actually crosses over all cultures.
I think sometimes creative learning settings, they're a little bit louder, excitement levels up, and I think there's that little sense of wonder. So there's an excitement to come to school, and I think if you've got an excitement to come to school, that's, you know, you've already got some learners right there.
And I think too often as we go, right, here's the textbook, they're the answers, let's pursue that. But there's other ways of thinking, and too often kids get left behind, and it might just be a change in thinking which can help them get better at a certain subject. Just because we come from an artistic discipline doesn't mean those ways of thinking can't be applied to the subject areas the kids need to learn.
So some of the biggest things I've noticed by the end of the term is finding that these kids that do struggle with literacy, they may not be able to write a full report, but give them a comic strip, they can draw, and they'll put speech bubbles in, and they can visually give you a complete rundown, exactly what they would do in a written report, but they're doing it as a visual documentation.
What we know from our research is that artists bring a completely different language into the classroom. So it's not that they're showing kids technical techniques in painting or poetry writing, it's they talk differently, and this language actually has a physiological impact on the brains of young people, make it connect better and enable them to learn more deeply. What I realise is learning is the most magical thing human beings do. And artists, in a way, exemplify that because every piece of art is a piece of learning. It's gone through a journey and come out of that learning with something which reflects that learning. And learning is just full of joy. What I realize simultaneously is that most young people are cut off are excluded from that sense of learning. They see learning as drudge, they see it as boring, they see it as unconnected with their own identity and their own being. And our role is to reconnect them, so that what happens is they come out of school or university with a love of learning and knowing that what they want to do for the rest of their lives is learn, because that's what makes them feel best.
Curious to learn more about how creativity can make an impact in my classroom and yours? Visit creativeschools.com.au.